Welcome to Unfrazzle, a podcast for solo business owners with a big vision who are ready for a kinder, more sustainable approach to productivity. I'm Louise Miller, and each week I share bite-sized insights to help you step away from the hustle, stop faffing and stay focused so you can make your brilliant ideas happen and make a bigger impact in the world. Before we dive into today's episode, if you enjoy what I'm sharing here on Unfrazzle and you'd like to support the podcast, you can buy me a cuppa by going to buymeacoffee.com/Louise Miller and making a one-off donation. I'll pop a link to that in the show notes. Okay, grab yourself a cuppa and let's get started. I've been a member of the Only Network for over 3 years now, and one of the things they do is invite us all to answer a question as we're going around the room making our introductions. So a little while ago, I went to one of those online networking meetings, and the question we were asked to answer was, do you achieve your goals? So I don't know about you, but to me that question feels a bit confronting. And it might be because it feels like it needs a yes-no answer, when in reality it's rarely that simple. Because even if we don't achieve a goal, there's often learning to be had along the way. So I tend not to look at it as a sort of pass-fail situation. But we were among friends in this networking group, and it was really fascinating to hear the range of responses in the room. So some people were incredibly confident in saying that yes, they achieved their goals, whilst others were courageous and honest in sharing how difficult they find it. And some folks said they're really good at setting and achieving longer term goals, whilst for others it was the exact opposite, and they can do things in the moment, but they struggle to think longer term. Some people said they're great at starting lots and lots of things, but not so great at finishing them, that they get carried away, that they never achieve their goals because they're already ridiculously busy and are trying to do too much. There was a real range of views and experience in the room, which I think beautifully highlights how different we all are. And as you know, helping people meet their goals is my thing. That's what I do. I absolutely loved listening to everyone sharing so openly and honestly. This really was my kind of conversation. And as always with these things, as you're listening to other people speak, you're also thinking, well, what am I going to say when it's my turn to answer? So what did I say when it was my turn to answer whether or not I achieved my goals? Well, I said yes and no. Because if my goal is outcome driven, so to generate a certain amount of income or welcome a certain number of people into Make It Happen Club, for example, then no, I don't always meet that goal. And I'm okay with that. As long as I've put the work in and done what I needed to do, I'm okay with that, right? The goal is there to keep me focused on what I would love to accomplish. And that in itself helps me to stay motivated and take action. But if my goal is more action based, so for example, that I'm going to post in LinkedIn a certain number of times a week, or attend a certain number of networking events a month, or reach out to a certain number of podcast hosts each quarter, then yes, I do tend to meet those goals because we have more control over those things, right? We have more control over our actions than we do over the outcome of those actions. And that's why I make sure that my clients have real clarity around the action they're going to take to meet their goals, because at the end of the day, that's all we can control, right? Is the work that we're doing, the action we're taking. We can't control how other people respond. So because this was such a fascinating conversation, I just thought I'd ask you, right? How about you? Do you achieve your goals? And what if you don't like the idea of goals in the first place? I know that some people don't, and that's okay. When I'm talking about this stuff with my clients, we use whatever language works best for them. So you may not call it a goal, but I'm pretty sure you have things you would love to accomplish in your business, right? That there's an outcome you're aiming for, whether that's about something specific or a way you want to be feeling or showing up in your business or your life. So what's most important to you? What's a priority? What project is exciting you at the moment? Do you achieve those things? And if the answer is no, do you have a sense of why that might be and what you might do differently? Perhaps it's time for some soul searching. Do you need some support to help you fulfill your potential, and what might that look like for you? So as always, I hope this gets you thinking, I hope this helps, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you for listening to Unfrazzle. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend who needs a dose of calm productivity in their life. And I'd love it if you could leave me a rating and a review, as that will help more people discover this podcast. If you'd like to hear more from me to help you stop faffing and take back control of your time, you'll find a link to join my mailing list in the show notes, and I would really love for you to join us. So thanks so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing you next time.